Hi, I'm Dr. Elliot Adam from ElliotOracle.com. I'm also the author of Fearless Tarot and Tarot in Love, Consulting the Cards and Matters of the Heart, which are both available online, and which I have signed copies available on my website, ElliotOracle.com. It is time for this week's Oracle Reveal. So earlier today on Instagram, I placed up a photo of three different animals, and I asked you to use your intuition and ask yourself which animal's getting caught in your head because that animal has your message. And the three animals were the weasel, the cat, and the blue heron. So if you're just joining me now, ask yourself which animal is really kind of tugging at your consciousness. It doesn't have to be your favorite animal, it just has to be the one that's getting stuck in your head. First card is Weasel, or first animal, and this card says be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears, and physical feelings what is happening inside and all around you. And Weasel gets a bad rap as kind of like the sneaky animal, but they're survivors. They're very intelligent. And I think what this animal archetype is really saying is that there's something important that's trying to be understood from within you, but you really need to pay attention to it. You need to listen to it and bring it to the fore. Also, this is just a time to be present. Maybe if your mind is too far ahead and you're thinking about all the things you're worried about, or maybe it's too stuck in the past, perhaps right now you need to remember that the present is where your power is, and that's where things are really going to take off. First card is where to best place your focus this next week. And we actually got the Lovers card. And the Lovers is a card of partnerships, relationships. And a lot of tarot readers just think lovers means lovey dovey love, but it doesn't always mean that. Sometimes it indicates other sorts of partnerships as well. And so I'm feeling with Lovers for the Weasel this next week, it could be a time to connect with others, to transcend a problem or an issue by really seeking out that support or that care from others. And also for me, the Lovers is not just about relationships with others, it's also about relationship with yourself. Each of the figures on the Lovers card can be described as a different aspect of you. The male figure could be your mind, for example. The female figure could be your emotions. The angel could be your super consciousness. And this could be a time when you're really rebalancing all these disparate aspects of yourself. You're getting them to look to one another or dialogue with one another in order to find that balance. The next card is going to be advice from your inner wisdom. If you picked the Weasel and we got the Five of Cups, which is sometimes a card of focusing on a loss, something that's difficult emotionally, or something that needs to be processed. I feel like there's some sort of inner pain or conflict or challenge for the Weasel right now that they're needing to iron out by getting those different parts of themselves to work together. I also feel that no matter what you're experiencing emotionally, even though we're seeing three spilled cups on this card, there are still two cups that are standing. And what this is saying is that you might be enduring loss or a challenge, but all's not lost, and not to give up hope. And finally, the mythic archetype that's going to help you if you picked the Weasel is the Pythia, the prophetess. She is the oracle of Apollo at Delphi. And you can even see Apollo behind her there. What the Oracle of Delphi was a line of priestesses that went for over 1,000 years. And people from all over the ancient world used to go to Delphi to get her oracular pronouncements. And what the Pythia could be singing to you is it's time to get in touch with the priestess within, the oracle within you. It's time to be present. And it's time to see that there's something that's being taught to you, even on the surface of it looking like a disappointment. I'm kind of feeling like it's a divine detour, but you're needing to be present in order to hear that oracular message from within your own spirit. Next is going to be the cat animal spirit. And this card says it's time to strike it out on your own and relinquish your overdependency on others. And cat is telling you you can do it. You can be independent. You can go off on your own. Cat is very nonchalant. They don't come to you just because you call them. They think about it. And if they want to, they will. And so cat could be telling you it's time to reclaim your independence and not feel like you're beholden to anyone or any situation. Also, the cat is just such a beautiful animal. So this could be a time to be very flexible and also to get in touch with that more inner sultry part of yourself. First card for cat is where it's best to place your focus. And we see another angel in the judgment card. And the angel of judgment blows the trumpet, and all the dead rise out of the grave again. And what that's a symbol for is that there's an awakening happening for the cat. The dead parts of your heart, yourself, are starting to stir back to life. You're also starting to see the possibility and hope of new life. The judgment card is a card of rebirth and renewal. And so this is going to be a time of reinvention for the cat, but it's also going to be a time where you're called to action. And finally, for me, the trumpet on the judgment card can indicate a wake up call. It can indicate that you're not just sleepwalking or slogging through life anymore, but you're instead being more aware about what you're doing. And you're starting to wake up those old dreams that might have felt lost before. The second card is advice from your inner wisdom, and we actually get the devil card. And for my money, every time the devil card comes up in a reading for people, it's usually when they're just about to make a huge breakthrough. It's very interesting. We got an angel on your shoulder here with the judgment card, and then we got the devil on your shoulder over here. And which voice you listen to is the one that's going to get more powerful. The devil card can sometimes indicate that you're struggling with a shadow, a fear, or something that's been keeping you stuck in a state of death consciousness. And it's time to wriggle free from those old traps. Although there's these figures on the devil card that are chained, they are wearing loose chains. They could slip out of them whenever they want. And so this is a card of standing up to your shadow and not believing it. And know that the thing you're really afraid to do right now is probably the very thing that's going to make you have this huge breakthrough. So you need to face your shadow, face your challenge, and move forward anyway. And then the mythic archetype that's going to help you is Metis. She is the Titaness of wisdom. She's the mother of Athena, the goddess of wisdom. And what she could just say is that there's this deep wisdom that you're going on to. We got these two major arcana cards, which says you're going through something major internally. And your wisdom is going to be your inner compass toward hearing the voice of your angel. And then finally, we got the Blue Heron animal spirit. And this card says, make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. And right on that theme of rebirth and renewal, for me, the blue heron is the water phoenix. It is the bird of emotional rebirth. And so this could be a time for you, emotionally speaking, when you're really getting back in touch with your own feelings and you're really bringing them to life again. You're listening to them. It's also a bird of reflection. So you might be just reflecting on your life and where you're wading in the pool of your own consciousness. First card is where it's best to place your focus, and we get the hangman reversed. And interestingly enough, for this next week, it's when the hangman's reversed, he's back right side up again. So it's like you're getting back on your feet again. Life might have felt like it's been upside down, but you're going to be going through this emotionally cleansing, rebirthing time where it's going to feel like you're right side up again. Also, this card is one that will come up when a period of wisdom, sacrifice, taking your time with something ends up being complete, and you're actually starting to see the reward for the sacrifices that you've actually made. But I just feel like things are kind of coming full circle and you're getting back on your feet. Second card is advice from your inner wisdom, and we get the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups upright next to the hangman to me is indicating that there's a happy place in your past, in your own consciousness that you're needing to access again. It might also indicate that either a project or a life pursuit or a goal was put on hold when your life was sort of turned upside down, and now it's time to return to that. You might also feel like the challenge that's been in front of you or blocking you or suspending things is going to start to dissipate so you can actually pick up the reins to that goal that you had before. But the Six of Cups is also a card of looking back, reflecting on where you've been. And when we see him or it next to the upside down hangman, it can indicate that this is a time where you're really aware of all that you've gone through and you're really starting to see the deeper lesson in your past. I almost feel like the water phoenix, the blue heron, is going to be retracing the steps through the emotional past in order to gain clarity. And then finally, we got the mythic archetype that's going to help you. And we get Helen, Helen of Troy, the archetype of beauty. She has the swan behind her. And it's even said that she was hatched from an egg. Helen could indicate that this is a time where your beauty is coming to the fore. And you might be remembering what makes you beautiful. And it's a lot more than just some sort of a physical thing, it's much more deep than that. And so it's time to transcend your problems and get in touch with what's most beautiful. Hope you enjoyed the Oracle. I will see you again next week. Do take care and check me out at elliotoracle.com to connect.